Here with Gina Illich, your parade coordinator for this year Carnival 2017. We're here interviewing all our troop leaders. We're here this evening at Fusion Production at Mr. Reese Mass Camp. Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Tell me your experience in Carnival. Where did you start? How did you start? What passion do you have?
Well, basically, I love culture. One, I teach culture here in St. Maarten. Two, I start off in Trinidad doing culture, African drums. I know trap set a little bit. Um, I started doing costumes when I was about roughly around 18 years. I start doing costumes in certain mass camps in Trinidad, so that's how it started. My father also is a designer. We do costumes, big pieces, queens and kings. So I think I get it from there.
I hear you emphasizing that you start in Trinidad. How did you come to start in St. Martin?
I came here about, I think, in the 2000s, somewhere there, around on that side, that time. And I think it's there it started. I came to do a troupe here, and that's how I become doing costumes in St. Martin.
You have, I see, some lovely costumes. What is the theme this year? I know your production is fusion production, but what is your theme this year?
My trend this year is the sky's the limit.
You have how many sections?
4 sections.
4 sections. And each section, how many revelers you're catering to?
I'm catering for at least 20 per section, 15 per section.
Can you give us some description of your different sections?
Okay, this section here is exotic peacock. As you can see, if you turn it around here, you will see the peacock feathers. This is the peacock feathers here. So, headpiece, peacock feathers.
The price?
The price of this is 300.
300. 300 revelers. We have some nice costumes for not much. The second section?
Okay, this is the Queen of the Universe. As you can see, this is a crown, signify this is the Queen. Nice bath suit, spandex, Queen of the Universe.
Price?
Price here is 3.
3.
Okay, this is fusion. I have a back line, a front line. Basically, it's cork feathers, crown, nice stones. Lovely costume here. It's Wings of Love. As you see it, this was this gave me the inspiration to of my trend. The sky's the limit. The price of this is $275. Basically, as you can see, for this costume for $275, it's big. I do front line for this price. If you want a cut above, you get more feathers.
And how much will the cut above be?
My cut above will be roughly around $600 to $700 according to what you want on it.
Tell our viewers where they can contact you, how they can contact you, where's your mass camp?
Okay, my mass camp is Madam Estate. Where Abu Ghazi Sports Bar was, right by the shawarma place. Can't miss it.
Here you have it, Reese from Fusion Production. Reese, thank you for having us. We must give thanks as SCDF to you all troop leaders. Without you all having troops, we won't have a carnival. So you all play a big role in Carnival. Thank you for coming out this year with your spectacular costume. Thank you, and hope that all goes well for you. There you have it. Road to Parade 2017. I'm out, Gina Illich. Good evening, Ms. Peters. How are you doing this evening?
I'm fine.
Tell us about yourself, how many years you have your experience in Carnival.
Well, I came from a line of musicians. My father was Albert, Irish. People know him as Chuku. He used to play Creole Stars as an organ player in Trinidad. My mom is from Trinidad. One was a seamstress here in St. Martin, Miss Ermin in St. James. And my grandfather was a tailor in Trinidad. I always was around people making dresses, and my grandmother designing stuff for people, for weddings, for even for school. So that was done, embedded in me from a young age. I love to see Carnival. I used to go to the parades. I was not allowed to join at that age, but I love seeing the Carnival colors and the costumes on the road. And when I got much older, I started to dabble with costumes, so putting things together. And St. Martin Medical Center, um, the year when it had the big pyramid with the cobra, that was one of my designs. And I did it with the front side. I dabbled a little bit and came up with a costume for the front side. And from then on, I decided, why not try and make my own section? And that's what I did this year.
Are you the designer, or do you have a design? How did you come up with your designs?
Well, I like birds. Birds are, in St. Martin, you have a lot of different birds. We're in the Caribbean. I like birds. I love peacocks, and we had peacocks when I was younger, and I decided, why not take the feathers from a peacock and put it on with the wings of a bird. And that's when I came up with exotic peacock, where you have this feather, the coke feathers, with the peacock feathers at the end. And we bought our own cloth, and we had a seamstress make the swimsuit to fit our jumper. So we just don't buy swimsuits, we buy the cloth. And everyone, all women's body are different, so we want them to feel comfortable in whatever swimsuit they choose to put on. So we have the cloth, send them by the seamstress with the measurement, and the seamstress make the bathing suit to suit their bodies.
So is this your design, or you have a designer?
No, this is my design, and I'm working with Mr. Reese, and he's helping me put everything together. So I come up with a design, and he goes through it with me. He say, okay, Tashida, this will go good with this, and he's more in that field than I am, so he will more give me a better advice. And with my ideas, we came up with this one.
How much is this costume?
This costume is 300.
300.
Yes. Okay, this is our next section, Aurora Fusion, where we have it looked a little simple because we didn't want to dress it up too much. So you have your swimsuit with you have little stones, rhinestones on it. You have a crown, because we try to make every woman that they feel like a queen or a princess. And we give them a piece for their neck. And this is just a normal section. Then with the crown, all the crowns in them, they fall a little bit on your forehead, and it fit neatly around your head.
And the description of this one is?
This is just a normal section in Aurora Fusion. We have coke feathers on most of our costume, because the coke feathers comes up, make it cheaper. Mm-hmm. And how we're making our costume here, and trying to make all revelers be able to, because sometimes you want to jump but you really can't afford it. Mm-hmm. Well, this is the design that we came up with. So it's cheap but still beautiful.
Yes. And the price?
This one is $275.
$275.
Then we have a little bigger section, which is a front line, for $475. And with the front line, you have a bigger crown, you have a bigger back piece, a little bit more, much more stones on your swimsuit and on your crown, and you have this is your front line.
And the amount?
And the amount is $475.
Good evening, viewers. We're here this evening at Island Revelers Mass Camp with your host, Gina Illich, to Road to the Parade. Dalen, good evening.
Hi, Gina. Good evening. Thanks for being here, and thanks for choosing us, of course.
How is the experience going?
This year is a mixture of fun and chaos. Fun, chaos, and sleepless nights. But overall, it's been good.
This is your first year?
This is actually our second year, last year being our first.
What gave you the inspiration to come out to participate and be part of Carnival in St. Maarten?
The inspiration is simple, actually. Myself, and personally, I I've been involved in fashion. I love fashion, and Carnival being the stage for cultural fashion exposure. So that was the reason why.
The name of your team is Island Reference, but what's the actual name of your troupe this year?
This year we're doing Kaleidoscope, and these are the elements of the seasons. And essentially, if you look at all our patterns, they all take a bit of one of the four seasons. That is summer, spring, and fall. And the Kaleidoscope comes in with the color palettes, and of course, most of our designs, they have a round theme or round type of back piece. So that's the reason why we chose that.
And how many sections do you have?
We have four sections in all.
And about how many people are you catering to? How many revelers you have
This
so
year,
far?
this year we are catering to 140 people.
140, wow.
Yeah. And we are close to that. And hopefully, by Friday, we should meet that number, yeah.
Your designs, who's your designer, your seamstress? Who designed your costume? Are you the designer?
No, I'm not the designer. Our designer is D'Angelo Butler out of the Bahamas. His company is called Crepe Arts, and he's been doing this for over 20 years. And he's been doing this over 20 years successfully.
Is he on island or?
Yes, he has been on the island from January, and he's going to be until the carnival. We like to have him here because of the fact that it's easier for us to manage and not have things go back and forth. Yeah.
This is your second year, Dalen. What experience, what knowledge have you gained from last year to this year?
Well, from last year, I can tell you this: the number one priority for us is knowing when to stop, and and basically just focusing on who we have and ensuring that everybody gets exactly what they paid for, and that is something that we took from last year, and we will continue to use for years to come.
You said you have how many sections?
Four sections.
Four sections. Your bands, how many bands do you have? Or DJ?
Right now we have one, and we're looking to add another one by the end of the week. Yes.
How are sponsors going compared to last year?
Um, that's a very. I'm not sure if this question is something I want to answer, but compared to last year, it's about the same, maybe even worse. But we're managing still. Yeah.
Dalen, where can people visit your mass camp, even though you're closing very soon?
Yeah, on Friday we close. On Friday the 7th of April, our mass camp is Yogesh Building, and it's on the second level, 2G. Our email address is islandrevelersxxm@gmail.com. Our phone number is 523-5499, and they can reach us on Facebook and Instagram as well at Island Revelers SXM.
Good afternoon, Carnival lovers. Here you are once again to Road to Parade with Gina Illage, your parade coordinator for 2017. This evening, we'll be interviewing Natalie Van Heinigen and Rena Richardson from the production of Blue Etoile and CC1 St. Maarten. Stay tuned. Good afternoon, Natalie. We know that you've been involved in Carnival for quite a while now. What gave you the influence? Why did you start? Do you have any background in Carnival?
Good afternoon, Gina. Welcome to the Mass Camp, Blue Etoile Production and CC1. Thank you for having us here today to explain about our production. Well, basically, we started Carnival since 2010 with the children parades. We've been doing that for the past 7 years now. And this year, we wanted to graduate to see what it's all about, being with the big guns, so to speak. And we decided to participate in a grand parade with the adults.
Throughout the years, having the junior parade, being involved with the junior parade, what have you learned? What experiences have you experienced?
But basically, the reason we took part in the junior parade, we was motivated by, you're always on the sidelines commenting, they should do this, they should that. So that's why we participated. And then this year, we was like, why not try the adults and see what it's all about? And we venture out, we look for sponsors. We were fortunate enough to got a good sponsor and with a good amount of budget whereby we can do exactly what our wishes were, what we had in thought, basically.
Good afternoon, Rena. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Good, thanks. Glad to be here at this beautiful mass camp. Tell me, how is your registration going?
Well, registration started off pretty slow. Right now it's catching up because St. Martin likes to wait last minute, and now the people are coming around. We are very grateful that they have an interest and they find our costumes very beautiful. We've even had registrations from St. Kitts, the States, and even Holland.
Rena, how many sections do you all have?
We have about 3 sections. We have the Presidente Majestic, which is the green color, the Sani Imperial, which is the blue color, and the Coca-Cola Royal, which is the red color.
Rena, tell me, how many revelers are you all catering to?
Well, we started with the idea to cater to 150 to 200 revelers. That includes men and females, so we do want the men to join as well, because we have a lot of females, but we also want the men.
There you have it, revelers. They're catering to 200 to 150, and the men are also welcome to join the parade. To our revelers that would like to register with Natalie, can you please tell us, Natalie, where your revelers can come and register with you?
Thank you, Gina. Well, we're still accepting registration. You can check us out on Facebook at Bleu Etoile Production and Blue for the English-speaking people. We are located in Belvedere, and I hope it's state number 1. We are located behind the Nautical Playground, the blue house behind Nautical Playground.
To our troop leader, Natalie, Rena, I must say on behalf of the St. Martin Carnival Committee, thank you for coming out. We appreciate you because you still, in fact, play a big role in our carnival. Without you troop leaders, we won't have a parade. So again, thank you. Success on the day of the parade. May all go well with you all. And carnival lovers, come register. She still have a lot of space. Be part of her troop, St. Martin Carnival 2017. Thank you. Good afternoon, Carnival lovers. Here you are once more with Gina Illich, a parade coordinator of 2017. This evening we'll be interviewing Roy from the troop Road Warriors. Stay tuned. Good afternoon, Roy. How is it going?
Well, we're trying to put everything together the last minute, trying to see if we could finish everything on time. So far, not so good as we want, but, you know, Carnival is just 2 weeks away, so we just have to make the best out of it.
Tell us a little bit more about Roy and how long have you been in this carnival business?
Road Warriors been doing Carnival for the past 17 years. We stopped about 5 years ago. We started back last year, and we hope to continue doing some nice costume. You know, everybody knows us, like doing the big pieces, which is that in the background working on there, and trying to see how the best we could do and make Carnival St. Martin a pretty carnival for everybody to come and enjoy, see how nice St. Martin Carnival is.
Wow, you said 17 years with a little pause in between. Tell us of your experience of all these years coming out on the road.
Oh, coming out on the road, well, for the past 5 years, we've been consistent, like first place, second place, first place, second place, overall with all the individual costumes. Last year, how we just come back, we didn't really prepare ourselves. Like how we prepare, we start early for this year, which is that last year, September. So we kind of like on track. So it's just like for the revelers to come and make sure, you know, we no last minute and try to get everything organized.
Your designers, are they local or you're your own designer? Who design your pieces and where do you get your material from?
Well, first time, me and, well, he's not here, which is Luciano, known as Sado. We design our own troupe. We do all our things, we say, because we try to cut costs because it's very expensive to get a designer, to buy, to get somebody to do the drawings or to do a prototype. So we start doing everything ourselves, it was hectic, like going over certain things what we don't like and butting heads, but I think we get in there now.
Yes, Roy. How many revelers are you catering to this year?
Basically, we catering for 100 revelers, which is easy for me to like make costumes for. And I don't want to go like more than that because we are the individuals to do. So basically about 110, 120 we will like to get.
Here you have it with Roy. Stay tuned for the rest. There. So start taking it out for me to read them. Yeah. Hold on. Tell me when you're ready. Roy, you ready? Yeah. The name of you, we know you go by Road Warriors, but what's the theme this year?
Breeze of Paradise is like a tropical themes of different elements of flowers, which is As every costume we do, if you look at it closely, you'll see it have some element of some different flowers, like how we design it to the flower shape. Even if it's a costume, it still represents the flowers that we portray. And in each of our costumes, from the floor members to the individual piece, all our costumes going to look like flowers when it's on the road.
You provided me with a lovely headpiece here. Can you give us a little detail about this headpiece?
This headpiece was designed by Sano, which is you still see the little flower concept with all the different colors of the flower, everything.
You, how many sections do you have?
We got like four sections, 3 male, 1 male, 3 female.
Roy, can you please tell our viewers, our revelers, where they can contact you or where is your mass camp?
They could go online and we have our online, which is Road Warriors SXX St. Maarten at hotmail.com. And you could call 5817439, 522-3514, 5817439.
There you have it, revelers, all the contact numbers and the email address. Thank you. Good evening, Carnival lovers. Here you are with your parade coordinator, Gina Illich. This evening, we'll be interviewing Erica Fortuna. Stay tuned. Welcome to the mass camp of Escape the Band. Erica, how are you this evening?
I'm great, Gina. How are you?
Countdown. The countdown is on, Erica. The countdown. Tell me, how is it going?
It's going fairly well. It's distribution week. Like you said, it's the countdown. The final days are here. So we're basically, getting the costumes out to the revelers, and everybody's pretty much excited and counting down the days to parade day.
Let's say, how long have you been doing this, and what inspired you to become involved in Carnival?
This is my 3rd year. Basically, this whole initiative derived from me being an avid reveler. So there's no stranger to me playing on the road. I've been a reveler fairly late in life, but of course, I caught the bug. And ever since I caught the bug, it's just been progressing year after year. So, it went from being a reveler to basically facilitating a section in another band to now having a band of my own for my 3rd year in a row.
How has been the experience? You said this is your 3rd year. Throughout the years, what have you changed? How have you changed?
Definitely throughout the years, it's about providing a certain level of quality product to the revelers. So basically, you look at your learnings, your pros and your cons, and you basically see how you can reevaluate for the next year. And based on where I am today, or where Escape the Band is today versus where we were 3 years ago, we've definitely improved on the quality of costumes that we provide to our revelers, in addition to, stepping up on the service and the entire experience.
How many sections do you have, and how many revelers are you catering to?
This year we have 5 sections, and we're catering to approximately 250 people on the road. By the time you add the staff and the volunteers, we'll have about 300 people on the road this year.
Do you have the same revelers, or how do you keep your revelers returning? How do you maintain that crew?
I think it's a combination of things. I think it's basically, first of all, marketing. Putting your product out there in a adequate amount of time so people can plan appropriately, budget themselves appropriately. In addition to that, word of mouth, because of course people speak about their experiences from years prior. And, we just basically push as much as we can in the market. So we basically we have a launch that took place earlier in the year and created a buzz and excitement around the whole Escape the Band theme for this year, which is Unleashed Wildlife Safari. So we're very excited to see that come together on the road for this year.
Your designer, are you your own designer? Do you have a designer locally, regional, international? How do you pick where you get do you get your material from?
Well, basically, the first step is basically selecting a theme. So every year, the theme begins with me. I select a theme, and from there, I select materials. So every piece of fabric, every piece of gem, the color schemes, I work together with my designers, and we discuss the elements that we want to put together to make the whole concept come together on the road. Basically, I have 2 designers this year. I have designers from the US and I have another designer from Trinidad. And basically, this year we decided to collaborate to make the whole theme come together. So, like I mentioned, the theme this year is Unleashed Wildlife Safari. So, basically, you know, the different sections, we have 4 sections, actually 5. And we have Pavo, we have Scarlet, we have Panthera, we have Azteca, and we have Serpenta. And basically, when you see those on the road, you'll basically understand, you know, the whole wildlife safari theme from there. In terms of materials, materials are sourced from various suppliers, you know, from anywhere to Asia to the US to Trinidad. It's just a matter of finding the different elements to make your whole theme come together.
How did your registration go?
Actually, this year registration went fairly well. You know, surprisingly, the whole idea in launching early is to get people to register early on. And I must say, comparatively from years prior, people are learning to register early in order to guarantee the sizes that they want and the costumes that they want. Because what you'll find is we do have a website, www.escapetheband.com, so we are open up to regional and international revelers. So people are registering from all over the world. So basically, we encourage our revelers to register early and in time to be guaranteed the costume and the section that they want.
Here you have it, Erica with Escape the Band. Erica, your bands, do you use band, DJ? How is your setup?
We have a combination of both this year. We have 1 band and we have 2 DJs. So we're working with all local entertainment. We have 2 DJs, DJ Blaze and DJ Vibes, and we have TG Band this year on the road with us. And basically, we have a couple of surprise elements that we have on the road as well for our revelers as treats to them to make the whole experience come together.
They need to cut. They need to get out. Erica, you mentioned to me earlier that you have extra pieces for persons that would like to join the parade. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, as mentioned, as you can see here in Escape the Band Mass Camp, we have a lot of pieces hanging up here. We're waiting for people to come and collect their pieces, but of course we have a couple extra pieces on the back end for those avid last-minute revelers that might catch the bug a little bit late. You know, they vacillate, you know, and think about whether or not they want to go on the road. And then when they get the fever and the bug, once Carnival starts, they decide, yes, I want a costume, I want to join. So basically, we've basically allotted a couple costumes on the back end to accommodate those last-minute revelers. So if people want to come out, or actually not come out, but please call us at 588-4348 or message us via our IG or Facebook page, which is called the Escape the Band. We'd be able to basically accommodate and let those persons know what we have available on the back end for them.
There you have it, folks. Escape the Band still has extra pieces. You could come right down, call Erica, and join our carnival. Erica, thank you. You troop leaders, we normally forget about you all. And the reason for these tapings is to come and appreciate you all, tell you all that we appreciate you. Without you troop leaders, we won't have a carnival parade. So thank you, and any last minute words?
No, I just want to say thank you to you as well. Thank you to the SCDF for this opportunity. I want to thank my revelers for supporting Escape the Band. And we basically look forward to the experience on the road.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you, Gina. Have a good night.